Greece was no closer Monday to reaching a new bailout deal with its international creditors, but Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras is set to offer new proposals at a European Union summit on Tuesday. Tsipras spoke by phone with German Chancellor Angela Merkel, Europe's chief advocate for imposing tough austerity measures on the Athens government, on Monday. Their conversation came in the aftermath of a resounding Greek vote Sunday against the lenders' demand for new financial restrictions in Greece in exchange for more bailout money to keep Greek banks from running out of money. European leaders said they are open to more negotiations with Greece, but said the 61% vote against more austerity in Greece did not change their stance against easing terms of a possible new bailout. Economic analysts say the long-running dispute could still force Greece from the 19-nation euro currency bloc, which would make it the first country to exit the eurozone in its 16-year history. U.S. stock prices opened lower, as did markets around the world on Monday, although the early declines in the U.S. were not as large as some analysts predicted. Debate around possible Grexit. The chief of the eurozone's finance ministers, Dutch Finance Minister Jeroen Dijsselbloem, said keeping Greece in the eurozone is still their objective and mine. But he said the referendum doesn't bring us closer to a solution right away. I have to say again that whatever the result of the referendum, tough measures are necessary in Greece, otherwise the country won't recover, otherwise the government won't work better, otherwise the economy won't start turning, he said. And if the government and population reject difficult measures, then we get to a very difficult place, especially for the Greek people. A leading German economist predicted a likely Grexit, or Greek exit, from the eurozone. I have very little hope that Grexit can be avoided, said Henrik Enderlein. He said there is an 80% probability the Grexit will happen. This situation is extremely dangerous for the euro area. Other European reactions. Meanwhile, the French finance minister held out the possibility of further talks with Greece. Michel Sapin said discussions with Greece are not taboo, but added Greece has no hope of recovering from its financial chaos in the months and years to come with its current repayment obligations. Europe is facing a difficult moment, but it is not in difficulty itself, Sapin said. Europe will show it is strong by protecting itself. French European Affairs Minister Harlem Désir said the Greek no vote Sunday in the snap referendum did not mean Greece wants to leave the euro, but talks with Greece must start soon on a serious basis. The European Commission said it respects the result of the referendum. Varoufakis out. Greek Finance Minister Yanis Varoufakis resigned Monday, a surprise because he had said he would only step aside if his countrymen voted in favor of accepting the austerity demands. However, Varoufakis said Monday he was made aware of a certain preference by some members of the eurozone for his absence from meetings of finance ministers. He said his withdrawal from such meetings was an idea the Prime Minister judged to be potentially helpful to him in reaching an agreement with Greece's creditors. Varoufakis has often clashed with the international lenders in the past few months. And a few days ago, he accused the European Union of terrorism by trying to scare the Greeks into voting the way European Union leaders wanted, in favor of more austerity. On Monday, Varoufakis said, "I shall wear the creditors' loathing with pride." National pride. Prime Minister Tsipras, who had urged a no vote, said after the outcome, "Today we celebrate the victory of democracy." He said the public mandate will give him a stronger hand to reach a better deal with Greece's creditors. The Prime Minister said voters had made a very brave choice. Greek opposition leader Antonis Samaras announced his resignation, after his New Democracy Party had urged a yes vote in the referendum. Whether the creditors will eventually pull back austerity demands and approve more bailout money for Greece is far from certain. As Athens defaulted on a $1.8 billion loan payment due the IMF last week, European leaders said a negative vote would signal that Greece wants to leave the eurozone and divorce itself politically from Europe. Thousands of Greeks gathered in Athens' main square Sunday night to cheer the outcome of the referendum, with many chanting no, no. Nearly 10 million people were registered to vote in the referendum, with officials saying more 62% actually voted. Running out of cash. The week leading up to Sunday's referendum was miserable for most Greeks. The government put strict limits on withdrawals: €60 a day, $67, although many ATMs quickly ran out of cash. Supermarkets are fast running out of basic foods. Storekeepers are reluctant to restock shelves because of the uncertainty of how they would be able to pay for the supplies. European leaders have accused Athens of refusing to make any more economic reforms, while the Greeks say they have sacrificed enough and feel enslaved to their creditors.